Go ahead and get started. So we are picking up our review somewhere from practice test 3. And I think we are ready for problem number 12. Alrighty, here we go. Expand. You know what that means. So where do I even start? What do I do first?
We write out, the 3x,
Well, wait, first I need my numbers, right? So where are the numbers gonna come from? I would take them from Pascal's triangle. You don't have to, we keep talking about that. But I would, and it's only the 5th row, so that would be pretty easy. So what's the 5th row gonna be? 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, perfect. That's the 5th row. 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. So there they are. Now, like Jordan said, I'm gonna go through down the whole line, and next to each one of these numbers, I'm going to put a 3x and a negative y. These are being multiplied, not subtracted. It's not minus y, it's negative y. 3x and negative y by each one of the numbers that I just wrote down. Then what? Put the powers on. When you put the powers on, I start with 5 on the first letter, which is x, and then I count down on my x's, just counting down. And you'll always end up eventually at 0. And remember, anything to the 0 is 1, so we can just kind of disregard that. And then for the y's, since I'm down here, I'm going to do the same thing in the other direction. And again, when you get to the end, you're going to have a 0, so I'll just cross that off. Now, what do I observe about these exponents? In every term, they add up to 5. Okay? Now I'm going to put plus signs. Those are like my separators to separate each term. And then I'm going to start simplifying. So what have I got right here? Remember, you have a calculator for the entire test. So what is it? 243 x to the 5th. Let's look carefully at this one. What am I multiplying? I'm multiplying a 5, a 3 to the 4th, and a negative 1. That's a negative right there. So negative 405. And then, of course, the x to the 4th and the y. What about here? What am I multiplying? A 10, 27, positive 1. Why is this a positive 1? Because negative squared is positive. So 10, 27, 1, 270? We're here? What's happening here? I have 10, 9, and negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. So I have a 10, 9, and negative 1. Negative 90? What am I multiplying here? 5, 3, and what is negative 1 to the 4th? Positive 1. So that's going to be 15x. And what about that last one? What's that last one going to be? Negative y to the 5th. Very, very good. That is your answer. Okay. All right. I'm going to erase it now because I need some space, but are we good there? So the next problem is the same thing, except we only want the third term. So we only want what would be the third thing in that big long list. So what are we expanding? 3x minus y. No, that's the one we just did. What am I expanding? 2x minus 3y to the 10th. Oh boy. Now, remember how I started by writing down the 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1? I need to figure out what number I'm going to write down. And the number that I'm going to write down would be the third number in the 10th row of Pascal's triangle. Would you agree with that? So, I can either write out Pascal's triangle to the 10th row, and you all know how to do that. So, you can do it. It's going to be big, it's going to take up a lot of space. The other option we have is what? 10C4. Exactly. Now, it wouldn't be 10C4, but it would be the 10C numbers, right? So if you wrote out the 10th row with your combination numbers, the first number, I'm going to count on my fingers, the first number is 10C10. The second number is 10C9. And the third number, which is the one I want, is 10C8. So I know what that is. I don't, but you're going to tell me. That is what? 10C8, 45? So the number I want is 45. Next to the 45 will be a 2x and a negative 3y. Now remember, if I did the whole expansion, I'd have a whole bunch of these, right? And at this point, I would be putting on my exponents. Well, in the very first term, which is not the one I want, so I didn't write it down, but in the very first term, the power on the x would be 10. And then it would be 9. And now it will be 8. And if that's an 8, this has got to be a 2 because we are going to the 10th power. So now I start multiplying. I'm definitely going to need help with this. I'm going to multiply 45, 2 to the 8th, and 9. So what is that?
103,680.
103,680. Does anybody confirm that? And then, of course, I'll have my x to the 8th and my y squared. Okay? You all right with that? Now we got to calculate 8C5 by hand. Now, yesterday we learned we have to pay attention here because the P's and the C's are not done done the same way. This is a C. Now they all start the same way. I'm going to start with an 8 factorial. All right, now what do I put in the denominator of a C? 5 factorial and 3 factorial. They both go in the bottom. If this had been a P, then it would be just 8 factorial over 3 factorial, right? Okay, well this is what we got. So now, what is 8 factorial? I'm writing it out for you. Yep, that's 8 factorial. And I'm dividing that by 5 factorial and 3 factorial. So as always, a whole bunch of stuff is going to cancel. 3 times 2 times 1 makes 6. So the answer is just 56. Alrighty. Now we have one of our probability Venn diagrams. So this time we have mangoes and nuts. And somebody has figured out that the probability we like mangoes is 0.62, the probability we like nuts is 0.75, and the probability we like both is 0.51. And that's where we start. That's right here. That's both M and N. Then we can fill these in. So what would this be right here? 0.11, yep. And what would this be? 0.24. So the first question says, what's the probability of M and not N? So another way to think about that is only M. So where are the only M's up here? 0.11, 0.11, 0.11, only M. What does this say? Neither. Neither's out here. These are the neithers. So I got to add all these up. What do all these add up to? What is it? 0.86. What are they supposed to add up to? 100. So if it only adds up to 86 and it's supposed to be 100, there must be 14 out here. So that would be Is this test going to be easy or what? This should be easy. All right. Last page. Remember, if you want to stay after school tomorrow and take it, you can. Okay. Here we go. That looks like the exact same chart that's been on the other things. Yeah. I wonder if that exact same chart will be on your test. Maybe, because it doesn't matter, because questions will be different. So what's question number 1? Both English. So English and English. What will that be? 0.2 times 0.3? Some of us are missing this on our homework, believe it or not. If you can't do that in your head, do it on your calculator. 0.06. First likes math, and second likes art. This sounds like one I did yesterday. All right, so first likes math, that would be 0.6. Second likes art, that would be 0.1. I got another .06. How about you? No, that's it. That problem's done. Neither like science. So no science and no science. All right? So what's no science out of class 1? No science, 0.9. And no science out of class 2, 0.8. So the answer is 0.72. And then finally, we need science and math. But not necessarily in that order. So it could be science and math, or it could be math and science. Everybody see that? So here we go. Science and math, or, wait, no, that's not right. Science and math, or math and science. Did I get my numbers right? Yeah. So that's 0.04 here, 0.04. Here, 0.12. And what do I do with these? Add them. So that would be 0.16. Okay? So done that. So then I'm looking through my stuff, and I found a practice sheet that I used during the COVID year. So it doesn't have germs. We're going to do this little practice sheet. Only instead of me standing up here blabbing, we're going to have you come up and teach it. Okay? So take a few minutes. And there's problems on both sides. And so, kind of think about what you might be able to do. And then, you know how I stand up here and blah, 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 blah. You're going to come up and blah, 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 and explain what it is you're doing. So you only do one problem. So if you are doing problem 1, you will do either A, B, or C, because we want to have everybody have a chance to do something. So you can do whatever problem you want. Look at the whole sheet. And I am going to let you volunteer first. But when I run out of volunteers, then I'm going to start calling on people. So you might want to volunteer so you get your favorite problem first. Okay? Charlie's got his hand up.
Can we do A1?
Yeah. 1A, you mean?
Yeah.
1A? Why don't you, can you do it by yourself?
Can we do it together?
Can you do it by yourself?
I mean, I can.
I need one person talking. He can come with you, but I need one person to talk. All right, so he can come with you. But one person is teaching the problem. So Charlie is going to teach us how to do problem 1A.
You just multiply 0.3 and 0.5 together.
Well, you have to look right, see which ones.
Charlie, you can need help. You know what you're doing. Everybody okay with that, 0.15? All right, he's my next one. We do not have to go in order. We can go whatever order you want. Okay, Jordan, what are you doing?
Number 2.
Problem 2, she's gonna expand.
Oh. Go Jordan.
So you're gonna start with the
Talk nice and loud, honey.
Okay, so you're gonna start with your triangle.
And do it.
And I need everybody else quiet.
Okay, so those are your numbers because it's expanding to the 4th power. Back over here. X, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross that out. And X, 4. Nope, I don't like that either. Can I have that? So I need to fix this. It is not true. I try. And then not 4. 9 times 4, 9 times 4, that's 36. X. 3rd power, and then 34th power. Thanks. And then 81, 5. This marker has no.
Now, Jordan, I don't have my glasses on. Is there a plus sign between your X to the 4th and your 12?
No, but there should be.
There should be, yes, slip one in. Now, first of all, Jordan is to be applauded for picking probably the hardest problem that we have, at least the most involved problem that we have. So thank you, Jordan. All of her steps, her sequence of steps, I agree with. Do you? That all the steps are correct. She has a couple of arithmetic issues. So Vanessa, where do you see some arithmetic issues? Go up and fix them. Oh, yeah, go up and fix them.
I was gonna ask if I could do the next problem.
Oh, well, go up and fix those first, and then you'll just be up there already, okay? Can you fix them? I think you can. X to the 4th is correct. 12 x cubed y is correct. The next term, though, should be 6 times 9. And what's 6 times 9?
And these one?
54. So change that 56 to a 54.
Oh, where did I get 56 from?
I don't know, it's okay.
Oh, because
The next one, Jordan, listen. The next one should be 4 times 27. 3 cubed is not 9. 3 cubed is 27.
Mental mistake, Jordan,
So
sorry,
that
don't
should
worry
be
about it.
108.
We've all made it, we've all made a mistake.
Well,
I know,
and
you're
she went
good.
up there, Luke, which is far more than you do.
I'm gonna go through this, wow. Don't worry.
All right, now, step aside, Vanessa, so they can see it. Does anybody have a question about that?
No.
Okay, Vanessa, which one you doing?
I'm going number 7.
Number 7. Here you go, number 7.
For number 7, you multiply 12 times 8 times 3, and that gives you 208. Out.
Good. Got it.
Good,
288, you said?
No, 208. 88.
good.
288.
Should charge her, but it's not dead on testing.
So basically, that's another problem where we just multiply our options, right? Good job. All right, I need another volunteer. I'm gonna start calling on people. Luke, I thought you were gonna volunteer.
Yep, you know it.
Which one are you doing?
Number 3.
3. All right. No, Luke, I need you over here. Gotta erase it.
You may go and do 4 right next time.
No, not yet. We'll do one at a time so everybody can follow.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So he started with 10 factorial. Does anybody know why he started with 10 factorial? So 10 letters. And then what are you dividing by?
3 factorial?
Because
Because there's 3 S's. Wait, no, 3 T's.
3 T's,
And there's
all
3
right,
S's too.
3 S's,
And 2 I's.
and 2 I's. So he had to divide by 3 factorial, divide by 3 factorial, and divide by 2 factorial?
Sorry, what?
No, I'm telling what you're doing
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. Hopefully, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I got it.
50,400?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, looks good, thank you. Does anyone have a question for Luke? Which one are you doing?
Number 6.
All right, Sammy's doing number 6.
So since it's not specific, it's C instead of P, and then 50 people, and there's 3 committees, and if you put it into your calculator, you get 19,600.
What did you say you got, sweetie?
19,600.
Oh, what are you doing up there? Daisy?
Yeah.
Which one are you doing?
4.
4. Daisy's got 4.
So pictorial because it's in itself, so it's a line. Which would be 2,320.
Beautiful. Alright, what's left? Five's left, she's doing five. You can do all three parts of five since the diagram's right there. And then we still need one B and one C.
Yep, 13, 16. Can I erase these ones? Okay. So there's 20 people in total. And the first question it's asked for how many people like Fords. So 9 plus 4 is 13. And then the second it's only Buicks, so it's 6. And then the last one, it's how many people don't like any of the cars, and since there's 20 people and this adds up to 19, it's 1.
Did everyone hear her and follow what she was saying?
You have to redo that.
I have to redo it.
Would you agree with her? I think she's right. 13 people in the Ford ball, 6 people are only Buicks, and that leaves one person left over. Good job. All right, who's gonna do 1B? All right, Kate's got it. 1B.
Okay, so you're gonna take 0.6 because the blue and the yellow, the 0.3 plus the 0.3 equals 0.6. And then you're gonna times that at 0.8 is 5 and 3. Then you're gonna get 0.48.
So this is the not green. Does everybody understand her numbers? She took out the green people and kept everybody else. All right? One more of these problems, then you get my extra special review problems. 1C, who's got that one? Cal, you got it? Yeah,
Well,
you
I gotta
do.
try it on my paper.
You'll try it, head on up. So you're doing one green and one yellow.
Someone's gotta help me. I don't know what I'm doing.
You have a test on Monday, Cal.
What do I do, Daisy? Okay, so.
Go ahead. You know, come on, you can do this. What are we trying to get? We're trying to get one green and one yellow.
One green and one yellow.
Okay, so write down, actually write G and Y. Okay? G and Y. And, no, next to
Oh,
it,
okay.
write the word and, and then put Y.
Yes.
Now, what's the probability? Look at Olivia. What's her green probability?
40%.
So 0.4, under the G, put 0.4. Now, what's Thomas's yellow probability?
30%.
So 0.3. Now, what does and mean?
Multiply.
What do we get when we multiply those two numbers? Use a calculator.
Yeah. Base. Oh, battery low. I got it. We're in no rush. 0.12.
Okay. So write that down. We're not done yet though.
Okay.
Somebody help Cal. Why is he not done? Because it could be Y and G. So now write down Y and G and do the same thing over again.
Y and G.
So what is Olivia's yellow
Olivia's yellow is 0.3.
and Thomas's green? You're multiplying them.
Oops. Oopsies.
So what do we get? Use your calculator. What do you get when you multiply them?
0.6.
0.06.
Excuse me, yeah.
Did you write 0.06? Now, Cal, since it could be green and yellow, or it could be yellow and green,
You put them together.
and how do we put them together?
You add them.
Add them. So you're gonna add your two answers, and there it is.
Any questions, guys?
Okay? Everybody good with that? All right, you guys have been volunteer, now it's your turn. Charlie Golden, to the board.
What's up?
Who's up? Is it on the board?
Which one's left?
None, I'm gonna give you one.
Oh, okay.
Take your calculator with you.
I was speaking.
Gotta be on this side, Charlie.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Yeah, all right.
All right, so Charlie, I'm gonna deal you a 5-card hand.
Alright.
And I want to know the probability of 2 hearts and 3 clubs. 2 hearts
You said club?
and 3 clubs. You're supposed to be telling us what you're doing, Charlie.
Okay, so underneath we got 52 C5, because there's 52 cards in the deck and it's a 5-card hand, and then there's 13 hearts and there's 13 clubs, but we need 2 hearts, so I put the 2 here, and then we need 3 clubs, so I put the 3 here, and then we do some calculator math. Give me un segundo, por favor. Well, I'm sorry. I messed up. I gotta retype it in a second.
So while he's typing that in, you all should be typing it in also. Does everybody understand why he did 52C5 on the bottom? That's also a 5-card hand. How about the 13C2? There's 13 parts, and he's picking 2 of them. And then 13C3, there's 13 clubs, and he's picking 3 of them. He's gonna multiply those, because he wants hearts and clubs. And then divide by his 52C5. I got .00858.
I also got that.
Awesome. The order is not specific. Yeah. It's like, say I'm gonna pick 3 girls. I know you're different, but I just need 3 girls. All right, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna put the framework, I want off, it's too much to do, and then I'm shoot, somebody took lids off my markers and didn't put the lids on that, or the lids off. So who's got a black lid and a green lid? Kids, the lids aren't up here. Someone walked off with the lids. Well, it did, but it did at the beginning of the period. I did not. I was somebody, so who went before you? Charlie, you got my black lid
I think
somewhere.
it fell off in the corner of the,
Huh?
yeah, I'll get it. It's in the corner. Oh, no, yeah, it like popped off.
You don't just walk away.
I know. I'll get it.
Yeah, you will get it. Okay. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got a tree diagram. And we're talking about, homework and no homework. Or no, we're talking about rain and not rain. And then doing our homework or not doing our homework. So I'm not gonna write out the whole problem, but you know, we've done enough of these, you know what it sounds like. And you go through and you put in all the numbers. Okay? Now, there it is, all the numbers are up there. I want Owen to come up and find the probability of not doing homework. What's the probability he won't do his homework? If someone still has my green lid. But now I've lost my green marker. Oh, here it is. Girls, none of you walk off with my green lid? I use black. Oh, there it is. The markers are ready right now. Here's someone's pencil too. Who got the pencil here? You're probably the one that took the green lid off. Okay, so what is he doing? Is he doing the right thing that you're doing? Is he doing the right thing? He's doing not homework. Owen, you know what you're doing? Okay, I mean, I can't tell what you're doing. So you did 0.2 times 0.64, yeah? And then you did 0.8 times 2.89, you're on right track, yep. Did you get an answer yet? Owen is doing exactly the right thing, would you agree? In all of our other problems, we come down the homework branch. You're doing the same thing, we're just coming down the not homework branches. And I ended up with 0.84, but I don't know, is that right?
We haven't even done 9.4 notes. Yeah.
Thank you, Owen. Does anyone have a question for Owen? Macy, to the board. Macy, how many ways can 6 people be seated around a campfire.
Okay, so, am I still teaching the class?
You are teaching the class.
Okay, so because it's a round, you have to subtract one, so it's 6 minus 1, so then it's 5, and then you do the factorial of 5, which is 120.
Very good. So we heard Daisy do problem number 4, and Daisy said, I have 8 dolls on a shelf. That's in a row, that's 8 factorial. But Macy has people in a circle, so she had to go with 1 less. Everybody got that? Okay. Now let's see. Julia, to the board. Release some of that 81 stuff over there. Okay. So Julia, I have 10 freshmen and 12 sophomores. So 10 freshmen and 12 sophomores. And for some reason, I need to make a committee of them. And I need to pick 3 freshmen and 3 sophomores. I need 3 of each for my committee. So how many ways can I do that?
Do I need to explain it?
Yeah, you're teaching the class.
Okay, well, so if you need, the order doesn't matter since you're just picking 3 from each, so it would be C, and so then you take the total number of freshmen, C, and then the number that you need, and then you do the same thing with the sophomores. And then you would put it into your calculator. This is 120, and then this is Is that right?
What'd you get as your answer?
I got 120 for this one and 220 for this one. But do I need to multiply them?
I don't know, you need to do something with them. When I don't know, I ask the class. Ask the class, do they know?
Added.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Multiply.
I am picking sophomores and freshmen.
Oh, so multiply?
Yeah, yeah. What would the problem say if I were gonna add them that would be freshmen or sophomores? Yeah. I'm picking those, so I'm gonna multiply. I got 26,400. All right, one more. Who hasn't been up yet? Danielle and Lincoln, to the board. All right, I have 18 kids in my class. I am going to give cash prizes to my favorite 4, all right? I am going to give away a $1 bill, a $5 bill, a $10 bill, and a $20 bill. 18 kids in the class. I'm giving away 4 cash prizes. A 1, a 5, a 10, and a 20. How many ways can I do that? how you did that.
It's P because they each get a different cash prize. And the 18 is,
Then I'm picking 4.
Yeah,
There's
they're
18
picking
of
4.
them, I'm picking 4 of them, and the order matters, because you care whether you're picked first or last, because that's the difference between getting the 20 and getting the 1, right? All right, Gia, have you been